Hey guys, how's it going? Mike Gross here, Rockin Guitar Lessons Una on YouTube, the number one. And the only reason that is because somebody, when I first opened my channel, already had Rockin Guitar Lessons. And I loved that name, but they weren't using it. It was years and years and years prior before I did my channel, but they owned it, I guess, or whatever. So I just stuck a one behind it, and there you go. But anyways, this is a tutorial on a paid service I offer. There's a couple that I offer, but in this particular video, we're going to talk about guitar and bass lessons for Skype, okay? God forbid you see what brand I'm drinking. Remember back in the 80s? If you were alive then, when they had to cover Coke and everything and the cereal so they didn't get sued? Anyways, what's that got to do with anything, Mike? So let's talk about this. What I do is I set up my students on an hour lesson, same day, same time each week. Well, I'd say 95% of them, that's how I do it. I have a couple that travel with their job, so I work with them on rescheduling when that happens. But the idea is to get you a set day, set time. That's how it works. And I get asked, what can I learn? Anything. I like, but I've been doing this since 1992 through music stores and in home. Actually, there was a time I drove to students' houses in the early days. Yeah, I made house calls. Wow, that was a long time ago. But most of my students like to break down songs. I got students in bands, some original bands. Matter of fact, tomorrow I'm working with Skype student Anthony for songs where I'm helping him construct songs, and his band's already out gigging and they're in the recording studio. So it's pretty cool to hear the ideas. We both kind of come together on them. But that type of stuff. The majority, though, really, what inspired you to want to pick up the guitar in the first place? For me, Eddie Van Halen, Paul McCartney, or I should say the Beatles. Van Halen, definitely, Randy Rhoads. You know, all that stuff inspired me to want to play. So I didn't have or guitar lessons as a kid. Wanted them at the time. I just wasn't able to get them. So it made me work really hard to figure this stuff out on my own, not knowing I'd someday be a music teacher, where you gotta, you know, have a good ear for things. But I loved it. I was driven and passionate about it because I didn't have any other way else to learn. You can learn with friends and stuff, but sometimes. But anyways, that has adapted my ear over the years, and that's what helps me now with teaching. I can simplify songs for students. I was just talking about my other Skype student, Anthony, that's in a band. Sometimes we'll simplify certain parts because he sings over them. But if something's too tough, I can simplify it as well. If you don't like the song route, that's totally fine. Say you just want to work on soloing, blues style, or country, or metal, or whatever. We can zone in on that. Rhythm, as a rhythm guitar player, most music, you know, you can have a great solo, but if you don't have a good rhythm to back that, which is the majority of the song, then you're going to run into some problems. So we can focus on that, expanding your chord vocabulary to where you're not just playing the cowboy chords, right? See, I actually did the chords: C, G, D, D sus, B suspended, B. Oops, there's B. Anyways, but I can give you, the more options you have as a musician, in this case, guitar player or bass player, the better. Because you're going to run into this problem of, I'm doing the same thing all the time. And at least if you continue playing, you will come to that point. So by expanding things like your chord vocabulary and then chord inversions and different ways to play things will help you and inspire you, and you're learning at the same time. So anyways, to wrap this up, it's $220 per month for the hour lesson. That's obviously 4 weeks. And I'm using right now Zelle, Cash App, and PayPal. Preferably in that order. If you have all three, prefer you to use Zelle. If you don't have that and you have Cash App, that's cool. And if you don't have either of those, PayPal's fine, and most people have PayPal. My email, rockinguitarlessons@hotmail.com. You'll see it in the edits here and in the description below. So email me, give me a little history on your playing, how long you've been playing, and your days and hours of availability, and we will get your schedule matched up with mine and get you going on these lessons. All right. Appreciate all you guys. Quick shout out to my patrons for supporting what I do. I'm using that basically like a website. And yeah, that's it. Share these videos, comment, get involved. And until next time, I'm Mike Gross, rocking. These glasses are crooked, man. I think I have a crooked ear. Seriously, my old pair was the same way. Jeez. Until next time, I'm Mike Gross. Keep rocking.